All right, let's look at the Pura Ruina from Noise Engineering. It's a distortion. I'm going to run a little percussive patch from the oscilloscape by Recovery Effects into it. But before I run it into Pura Ruina, I'm going to run it into a Chronoblob 2 delay to give it some tails, just to have more of the distortion, or more for the distortion to grab onto. So let's just check out this dry signal. And now let's check out the delay. And actually, I'm going to pull the CV control out for now. And now we'll just bring up Pura Ruina. We can mess with the distortions. That was an accident, but I thought it was cool, so I'm going to keep it. So yeah, as you can hear, some really cool blends of different types of distortions, but where this thing really shines is CV control. So there we go. I like that. Cool. Let's look at some other sounds. How do you look at sound? I'll show you. Okay, now let's try using Pura Ruina in a little bit more of a subtle way. Here I've got a nice melody coming from Chainsaw by Acid Rain Technology, and it's going through a Tom Evans Dreadful filter. And then I'm feeding that signal into Pura Ruina, and then I've got each one of the distortion outputs going to various effects and then into their own channel to get some really cool stereo spreading stuff going on. And then, different control voltages acting as kind of like, it almost is like a VCA by turning on these turning on the distortions. So distortion 8, that output I'm running into the Dirty Murals from Recovery Effects, and then running in an envelope from Contour. So let's check that out. And then output 4 is going into Clouds Clone Monsoon. I'm just using it for the reverb. So, and then I've got a Maths envelope controlling that. So let's bring that up into the mix. And then the other side of Maths, I've got going into the CV input for the 2 output. So and then that's going into the Chronoblob 2 for a stereo delay, like a it's ping pong delay. So let's bring that up. And let's take this dry signal out so you can hear just what the Pura Ruina is doing. And you can dial in the knobs here. It's a little more dramatic. And bring that dry signal back in. And then bury these a little bit. Nice haunted vibe. All right, let's do one more demonstration with the Pura Ruina. Here is what I am... God, it's so hard for me to say. Pura Ruina. So that's the dry signal from Telharmonic. Nice and simple. Now I'm going to bring each one of these outputs in individually. So let's check out the 8 distortion output. That is going in to the Chronoblob 2, and then I've got some funky modulation controlling the time. So, and I'm triggering that the distortion CV input on Pura Ruina from Maths. So that's pretty fun. And then here is the distortion 4 output going into disting, which is in tape delay. And then I'm controlling it also with some funky modulation. And this one sounds really, really wild. So let's see, where is it? And then I've got the distortion 2 just going into some clouds for just the reverb. And then I've got the 1 output going into a dual reverb. And then its CV in is being controlled by Angle Grinder. And let's see what these all sound like together. To learn more, go to noiseengineering.us.